Welcome to Writer's Life. Welcome to the Writer's Life. And I'm coming to you from the kitchen today, the cucina. Because I'm working here today. It's kind of like convenient. I get the refrigerator over there if I want something. I can cook something if I want. I can go outside on the deck if I want. Anyway, the terrace, I should say. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch out the like button and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one exciting video. Okay, I'm going to preach. No pun intended. I think it was Jim Harrison who said, and Hemingway, there's three things you should leave out of your fiction and your fiction life. One is politics, the other is religion, and the other, I don't remember what the fuck it is, but it must be important. Anyway, unless you're like, I'm going to talk about the politics mostly, but, and as you guys know, I sometimes make jabs and stuff like that. And I do in my fiction too. Only because when I'm writing about Albany and my PI is in Albany, like Albany has been run by the Democratic machine for I don't know, 150 years, 200 years or so. I think ever since it was established. And, years ago, you didn't vote Democrat, you might find yourself dead in a snowbank, and I'm not kidding. Before World War II, at the very least, on the west side, what they call the Pine Hills District, if you didn't vote Democrat, they wouldn't pick a garbage up at one time, because everybody votes Democrat there because it's the state capital, and a huge majority have state jobs. So therefore, it behooves them to vote Democrat. So or whatever. So I take jabs at it now and then. I myself am independent. I fucking hate all politics. Period. I think on both sides, everybody is there to make a fortune, and they do. But in general, you should stay away from it. I know it's not a how-to channel or whatever. Unless you're like a social justice warrior type, if that's what you choose to be, and you want to write a politically motivated novel, then that's your choice, and that's fine with me. I had a publisher recently. Nice people, again, very nice people. I'm not talking about their personality or them as human beings, but they made what I thought was the silliest mistake, and that was when Donald Trump got elected, right? They put out a tweet that said, we don't want anybody who supported the orange-haired guy buying our books. And, me being a little older than these people, I'm like, what are you doing? You just turned off half of America from buying them. And they're like, yeah, I know. It was a stupid thing to do. But, people do stupid things, especially this guy. So, in general, also because things change, what's happening now, this whole woke thing and all that, it's going to change. 2 years from now, it'll be something completely different, and it'll be gone. And, people will be onto something else or whatever. People get bored, and we're about to have I just thought this was the perfect time to bring this up because there's a major election coming up in just 3 or 4 days. And it's down to the wire, and it's, so who knows? And they say there's going to be a lot of changes. So we'll have to see. It'll be interesting watching it from over here because there was a radical shift and there was a radical shift in the political policies over here recently. And I have noticed the changes here already. I'm not going to get into it because what do you care, right? But anyway, try to avoid it. Other than if you want to have some of your characters make a jab here and there or whatever, just for lively conversation, then it's cool or whatever. But and the same goes for religion. Try to stay away from it if you can. It's okay if your characters, I get into actually religion a lot in my Chase Baker books, but I get into biblical archaeology and I get into the occult. And, and like I have like saints who have been dead for 1,000 years who come alive and stuff like that. But I love that stuff. To me, that's action adventure and it's like Jason and the Argonauts type stuff. And like I've always been fascinated with the Bible, especially the New Testament and especially the Passion story and whatever. I think that is one of the best detective stories, not detective, but one of the best crime stories, first crime stories like ever written, and still a bestseller. You know, man rolls into town, good guy. Man, cops come after him and they string him up, but he still rides off into the sunset. That's a cool story. Come on. So, you know, other than that, don't start preaching religion, is what I'm trying to say. Don't start preaching politics, is what I'm trying to say. And I wish I could remember the fucking third thing. But I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. It must not be important to me. Anyway, I got to make this quick because ain't done yet, and I got more to do. And it's 4:25 here on a Friday in Florence. All right, I'll try to catch up with you guys. I may take one day off this weekend, so I'll either get to you tomorrow and or Sunday. They call it Domenici. All right, I will talk to you guys very, 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 very soon. Ciao, 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 ciao.